Coach Sanlin, congratulations on a thrilling 4-game victory. What are your emotions after such a thrilling victory?
I'm tired.
So tell us, you go through your day. What was your whole day like?
My whole day, I woke up at 5:50. I walked my dog in 14-degree weather at 6. I cleaned and washed dishes and got my son up for school. Then I washed my hair. I took a shower. I got myself together. I didn't eat, mind you. And then I got to campus at 11. Serve and pass. Women had serve and pass first, and then men had serve and pass second. We had a women's match that went 4 sets. It was a good game. And then I had maybe 30 minutes to regather my thoughts and go to the men's match that was already behind and sit in my office in the dark for a second. And then here we go. So, and we got to win.
How do you divide your attention between the men's program and the women's program during the seasons that are overlapping or running concurrently?
It's really easy to do this. It's not easy at all, but it's easy to do this when everybody loves each other. I think it's a good understanding that the culture here is all about relationships. Like, just think about your family atmosphere. You're not going to like your brothers and sisters all the time. You're not going to like your cousins. But at the end of the day, there's always love there. And the kids understand I'm tired. I do not hide my emotions from them. I don't hide how I'm feeling. But the fact that each program can like lift me up and kind of carry me, it's really helpful. They're bought in. Both teams are bought in. I couldn't complain. I can't complain. Like, there's normal team problems, but I think there's something special with these groups, and it makes me want to be good for both of them, not just one or the other. They deserve it. Both of them do.
I'll dive into the match shortly, but you had some news that broke recently. You have a new assistant. So Christian Staple is now the new Benedictine coach, and congratulations to him. And now you brought back one of your best players, if I could say so myself, one of the best players in program history.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly. We're on the same.
Okay, good. So first, give your thoughts on Christian taking that job at Benedictine, and secondly, tell us why you brought Brendan in, other than the fact that he's such a great player.
Okay, Christian, I am extremely proud of him, and I've rubbed off on him a lot. As you may know, and as many people may know, I'm a very strong personality, and of course, you want to see the people who have worked with you grow. Benedictine was home for him. I thought it was an opportunity he couldn't pass up. And I was like, this is, they speak highly of you. I speak highly of you. Obviously, you've done great things here. I'm not going to say it's a shoe-in, but this is like the perfect storm. And then, of course, it happened. So now nothing's changed. We still talk a couple times a day. We're going through, hey, this is what you can do, head coach life. Here's how you work through it. I'm always in your corner. Once a Bearcat, always a Bearcat. So I want to see him do great. And I kind of joke with him. I'm like, Nick Saban coaching tree. Come on. I'm the Nick Saban. I need you to do well. And I'm excited for him. They haven't played a match yet, COVID, but I'm looking to cheer him on. I tell the boys, like, make sure you support him as well. He's always going to be one of us.
And fortunately for him, if you're Nick Saban, he doesn't have to face you unless you want to schedule him
I told him we're not
a D3 match.
Yeah, I told him we're not going up there. He can come to us. That's how this works.
And then, let's talk about Brendan. How did that come about? How did the conversation come about? And
Okay. I think the thing that's special here is that I'm the only coach the program's ever known. So I've been invested in all of their lives for a while, and we talk quite regularly. And thankfully for me, his pro career didn't work out because of COVID. And not saying he wasn't good. It was just not COVID ruins stuff for everyone. And I just felt like it was a great opportunity because he knows me well. He put up with me for 5 years for once. And I'm like, the fact that you're willing to even consider to come back means a lot. And I think that means a lot to the players because Serrano, Ross, McGrath, all the senior guys, they played with him. And they're still scared of him from when he was a player because he was all business time. He was a very angry guy. He's definitely lightened up. And it was just, you can't ask for someone that this program means more than just a job. He was in the first class. He went through it, best player in program history, as we know. And now he's back showing the young guys like, hey, oh gosh, now I'm getting winning. I'm getting winning calls. I'm back. People call, to FaceTime me. I couldn't be more thankful that he didn't hate me and that we actually loved each other. And he's been with me every step of the way. He's pulled me out of some things. And when I felt like I thought I was quitting, and that's just something that I taught them that is not even a non-negotiable. And now we're here. It's full circle.
Let's go back to last week, because last week was even more of a challenge from trying to coordinate coaching, because you were with the men's team and Brendan and David were with the women's team. So how did you three come up with a plan to coach both teams on the same weekend?
After talking with my athletic director, I think it was only fair that the men's team had their season ripped from them last year, just abrupt end. I think that this season for the women is a bonus. Like it counts, right? Like it counts. You still get to go to a conference championship, but the men are still competing to go to a potential NCAA championship. If we get there, that's on us. But the fact that they had to go through that and we knew nothing, I don't want to say the word deserved, but it just felt right that, hey, this is what we're doing. Our COVID seniors came back. They came back for me. I was grateful that they were like, hey, I want to return and, finish on the right way. And that just seemed like a no-brainer. And I, even on the girls played on Saturday, I FaceTimed, talked about my feelings, talked about we're going to be positive. We have a lot of young kids playing, a lot of young ones. And just making sure that they know that I believe in them, that we're doing the right things. Like look at the men. Wins and losses sometimes don't add up where the growth happens. And it's kind of a restart right now where we got a new group. Let's restart. Let's get going.
So do you want my coaching tip for you? Because I have no business giving you suggestions.
I'm all in. Let's hear it.
You need to get a cutout for you. You know how everybody's doing cutouts, and have it right on the bench next to David and next to Brendan. So then the girls look at you, and they're already intimidated. They want to do really well.
They're not intimidated. I think they're the most loving group, and they give me all the hype in the world, which is kind of cool. And actually, out of the 34 matches that I coached this spring, I'm only missing 2 matches. Because thankfully the men have a little more autonomy and everybody's been extremely understanding about what I have to do this spring. And they've moved matches for me so I can be at everything. So I'm very lucky to be in this conference.
That's awesome. All right, let's get into this match. Ohio State took the first match and you went to overtime in the second match, set. But then the third and fourth set, the team seemed like, from looking at the box score, they just something clicked. What happened between? I guess I would probably say it started in the end of the second set. What clicked for your team?
I think it's not a secret. Our team they're not the nicest people in the world, to put it lightly. And I think it's very difficult for them if someone's not engaging, and it's hard for them to find their energy. Obviously, Ohio State's an extremely talented team, but that's just not their MO. They're not going to engage. They're not going to, chirp and talk back. That's our thing. That's the kind of kids I recruit, kids that are with attitude, that are not afraid to push buttons. But I think once we kind of hit our stride and got some energy back, it was like, yeah, guess what? This is what you signed up for. Let's get it. And like I said, they're a very talented team. And they had a lot of, I guess you would say, gusto versus Lewis. So I was like, let's go. This is the match that we want to play. And it was up and down. So I definitely expect them to be back tomorrow with the full vengeance. But we kind of found our stride in sets 3 and 4.
Please tell me Francisco is your best trash talker.
Oh, of course he is. Naturally he is. I literally at the end of the 4th set, I was like, keep your mouth shut. Like, but this kid, I would like to give him a little shout out because no one recruited this kid. He was a problem, quote unquote, problem kid in club. He's only 5'5", 5'6", not the stereotypical, okay, now men's volleyball, we're recruiting outsides to be liberos. I'm a full believer in that you're recruiting the position player. Like I'm recruiting a libero. And Francisco and I have had our history of, figuring out his level of growth. And he's hit that growth for me. And I let him do his thing. And he's got like 1,000% buy-in on the team. He's got 1,000% buy-in on me. I like to call him a secret good guy because he's a really good guy. But he's our best trash talker, and he will back anybody up. And I hate to say this, but one fights, we all fight. That's how we roll here at McKendree. So
nice. I know that you don't want to highlight any one person's performance, but it seemed like Patrick had a great night. Can you talk about his performance tonight?
Besides cramping, Patrick put us on his back. Like literally carried the squad and was the constant throughout the entire match. Obviously, like there, a few guys ended hitting above 300, but without him, I firmly believe like we wouldn't be where we were. He's dedicated himself. Like he was on and off the court last year. Kind of a revolving door on the outsides, figuring out like games are won and lost on the left. So I kind of told all the guys that were playing last year, like if we don't win, this is your fault. So outsides, you got to score. And Patty is not a small person. He's a very strong young man. And he's not, like, think about your quarterback. He's not going to rattle. He's not going to get shook. He doesn't get scared. His emotions are very even keel. And you have to have, and like a team full of very personable people, you have to have that one constant. And I'm not saying he doesn't have that level of attitude. I'm just saying his attitude, maybe he'll do like a little bump and then come back down. But we have a great mix of personalities on this squad.
I have to imagine, this is my West Coast bias, but there's Ohio State has to travel probably the furthest of all the other not local teams to get to you. So I would say that even without fans, there's probably a little bit of a home court advantage. Well, speak to the atmosphere tonight. There was no fans, right? Is there even family?
Redshirts and freshmen were in the crowd. That was it. And our president and our administrators were there to supervise the game. That was where we're at.
Oh, so the team had to really create their own energy off the bench, right?
And that's difficult because shout out McKendree Soccer. They're our number one fans, and I honestly think they won us a set. 2 seasons ago. It's difficult, especially a team that relies on like energy. I'm not saying that we're not good players, but that we rely on energy to sustain our level of play and our level of buy-in. Our freshmen, and they were in the crowd. They were hyped. They were ready to go. They lost their voices. It was awesome. It kind of gave a little loud atmosphere for a home court feel, even though there was like 7 of them in the crowd.
So you have a quick turnaround. You play Ohio State again. You're super tired. What's the plan for tonight and tomorrow just to get ready for the rematch?
Try not to cry myself to sleep. I think that's the first and foremost. I think personally, I have to be good for both squads. The women play at 11. They deserve my best, so I need to go home and get a good night's sleep. I know I'm an early riser, so I know I'll be up about 5:30 or 6, watch some film, get in here, get ready for the women's match, make sure they're good. Hopefully get a dub. And then I have, the duration of my day to make sure I'm rested and prepared for the next match. And then we're ready for scout. We're ready to do all these different things. I think it's really time management. My daughter plays at the Dome tomorrow for President's Day, 13 premiere. She's taller than me, by the way. And I have a lot of different things that I need to manage, and I have to do my best to put my best foot forward and prepare myself, because I am the fearless leader. I have a great staff. I have great kids. I have my own great children. And you just have to do it. You don't have a choice. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, I certainly hope that your son walks the dog tomorrow morning then.
No one walks the dog at 6 a.m. but me. I will get up with, his name is James Arthur. I will get up with James and walk him at 6. So he's not a crazy person. He's only 6 months old. So I will definitely walk him and then go about my day.
Sounds good. Well, I don't want to know how many cans of energy drink you'll be crushing, but we'll be watching, and yeah, good luck tomorrow and the rest of the season.
All right. Thank you.